Hi, this is Brandon from Watto Training, and what I'm going to do today is a commentary drive from our location where we run our training and assessment here at Maroochydore on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland out to the main road. So what I'm going to do first of all is leave the car park. So making sure that around me is clear, I'm going to move up to the give way sign, indicate left, slow down, scan up on the right, scan to where I'm going, scan back on the right. Around we go into the lane. I'm moving up towards a crossroad. Crossroads are very busy. I've got to make sure that I come in nice and smooth. I've got to make sure that I have good clear vision up and down the road, both directions and also straight ahead. There's also pedestrians around this area, so I'm just looking for any foot traffic. I've got a gentleman crossing the road on foot as well. I'm just creeping, looking, moving the head quickly, making sure I'm scanning in all directions and moving out into the lane. The first thing I notice when I drive along the road here is that there's parked cars on the left. So I'm monitoring the parked cars for anyone who might open their door on their vehicle, closest to me, or might pull out from the curb. Now I'm coming along and I'm on the main road, but we have side streets, so I'm just monitoring the cars on the side to make sure that none of them jut out in front of me or anything like that. I've got someone standing on the road up ahead getting out of their vehicle. They've got their back to me, so okay, now they've seen me, I'm just going to ease off a little bit. I've got a green painted bike lane up here, so I'm going to go mirror, both mirrors, left indicator. I've also got a pedestrian crossing, so I'm not going to look too far away. Little shoulder check on the left, and we're across, dropping it down through the gears and the manual. Coming up to a pedestrian crossing, making sure that's all clear. Big shoulder check. Okay, my lane is clear to move into. Big shoulder check again, making sure that there's nothing in my blind spot on the back right there. I'm out onto the road. I'm in dual carriageway. I'm looking up ahead. I've got a Volvo behind me, about 1 second behind. I'm looking up ahead. I can see we've got a green set of traffic lights. I'm in a 60 zone. I'm currently sitting on 55 kilometers an hour. I'm making sure that I have a good safe buffer zone between myself and the car in front. At the moment, it's about 3 seconds. I'm just monitoring the pedestrians on the left there. You get lots of holiday makers, tourists. So these people are in holiday mode, so I've got to make sure that I'm doing everything possible within my power to keep them safe. Just being overtaken by a couple of vehicles. I'm in the left lane. We've got looks like a transit van up ahead, so it's going quite slow. We've got a red light. I'm down on 40 k's an hour. I'm easing off the accelerator. I'm working it down through the gears. Nice easy clutch release. Now the lights have turned green, but we've got a line of traffic that has to move off before I can actually progress. I'm down to walking speed, so I'm just dropping down to first gear. Just monitoring that right lane on my side. I've just come from Maroochydore to Alexandria Headlands. So we've got the oceans on my left at the moment, and I've got high rises, etc. on the right. We've got people coming and going from the surf club. So I'm just backing off a little bit, allowing them some turning space. I know up ahead that the yellow and black sign tells me that the lanes go from 2 lanes to 1 lane. So I'm already monitoring that right mirror for lane activity on the right. Little quick shoulder check as well. I can see as well as I look up ahead that some of the vehicles from behind me are jumping over into the right lane. Okay, I'm being overtaken by the Volvo now. They've made a decision to get around and past. I'm just still in the left lane because I can see that I don't have anyone for 50 meters on my right. So I'm just going to indicate to the right, keep monitoring the mirrors and keep monitoring up ahead. Quick shoulder check to the left, to the right, quick right mirror check, and over we go. I'm just dropping down a gear again. Speed's dropped down to 20 kilometers an hour. When it's down to 20, I'm down to second gear. We're just coming past the surf now, so we've got a lot of vehicles parked on the left side of the road. Again, we've got some holiday makers, tourists, surfers, etc., and they're all in a certain headspace, which is holiday mode basically, or just chilling out by the beach or whatever. So I've got to make sure that whatever they do, whether there's children with them or anything like that, that I do everything possible to help them to keep safe. Okay, so we're all clear there. We're clearing away. We're working up towards the hill. We've got double lines in the center. We've got a truck just pulling out from the side of the road. They're going straight ahead. So a lot of my observation and scanning up ahead is just monitoring what's happening in the traffic and responding accordingly to the traffic flows. So I'm just working up. There's a bus stop there at Alexandra Headland stop, and that's all clear. Now I'm going to come up to Budrum Avenue, and I'm going to take a right turn at the traffic lights. So first of all, I check my mirror for what's behind me. I then ease off the speed, and because I'm easing off the speed, I'll work down through the gears. I'm down to 20 k's an hour. I'm going to drop it down another gear. I'm down to second gear, and I'm going to leave half a car length between myself and the tow truck in front, and I'm just going to drop it into first gear. Now I'm going to turn right at the traffic lights. There's a green circle for the straight ahead traffic, so that's all clear. My lane, there's a red turning arrow. So at the moment, I'm just patiently waiting for our turn in the traffic. I've got quite a few cars ahead of me, so I can't be too preemptive thinking that I'm going to definitely get through these lights. So I just have to patiently make my decision. Still green, still green, still green. Up past the stop line, we're all clear. Stay outside the broken line as the guideline there. Little left shoulder check is all clear from merging traffic. I'm powering up the hill, and I'm working up to third gear. And I'm taking in information from the road environment. I've got a speed sign which says 60. I've got people on the side of the road getting in and out of their cars. I'm being followed by a car about 4 seconds behind. Up ahead, I've got the tow truck, which is now about 3 or 4 seconds ahead of me. I've got lots of parked cars on the left, so I'm just monitoring if anyone walks out from behind or in front of a vehicle. I'm also wary of any brake lights that might come on or indicators, and I'm also wary of anyone that pulls in or pulls out from the side of the road. I've got vehicles turning across my pathway to go into side streets, so I'm making sure that I look up over these crests to gather the information as early as possible, so that if there's anything that I need to respond to, I'm giving myself two things: the maximum amount of time to respond and the maximum amount of distance. I've got a skateboarder on the left. Okay, they're safe. I've still got the tow truck up ahead 4 seconds. I've got someone with a massive bull bar behind me thinking that driving about 2 meters behind me seems to be quite okay. I haven't got complete control over what the car behind me does, and I'm certainly not out to antagonize them, but I've got it set in my head a couple of things. I'm not going to speed just because they're impatient. And secondly, they might be in a hurry, they might be late or whatever. They've got a bull bar, they're attempting to drive up really close and intimidate. That's their choice. But if it got to the point where their actions start to border on aggressive or any sort of road rage or anything like that, well, I'll take alternate action by turning down a street or something like that. But I'm actually sitting on the speed limit, so it's not like I'm driving 20 k's under the limit or I'm doing anything to annoy them or whatever. But they seem to be getting even closer. So I'm just going to keep my cool, because that's the only thing I can do is stay cool. That's the only thing I can do. Now, they're happy now because they're joining a line of 20 cars stopped at a red light, and I'm turning off to the left. So our paths will no longer be on the same destination. I will take a left and head back towards Bris Vegas, and they'll head down towards Budrum area.